so balance has to come from you. Why did that woman in that show fall into that pit when she had the abilities to put it in check? So balance and fear, they're two different things. And the meaning of life, getting back to that, is what? What you bring to it. Now when we talk, and we'll end it with this, and like you could see that this is going good. We could go in so many ways. And some of you guys got to speak up a little bit more when we start talking about emotions. We start bringing it into other things, and we can keep going in this direction and where we're going to grow. And then you guys will all have, you guys got your little cards with the emails and all that. You can email some stuff. We can use that as the next topic. And once a month, does everybody like what we're doing here? Does everybody think it's cool? Like I said, bring coffee. Sometimes people fall asleep when I talk, so bring some coffee. You know, keep yourself awake. I've had people fall asleep before, but I can't slap you because we're on camera. So I can't do that, right? Yeah, I can, yeah. All right, so, you know, there's too much sleep going, I could slap you a little bit, right? But I also want to talk about, and we'll end it with talking about the meaning of life. And we always talk about the meaning of life bringing meaning to it. We always talk about what we see as far as it having any meaning at all. But if you look at it at the bigger picture, you know, we always have to come back to who we are. We always make ourselves important. And I don't mean important as an individual, because you are important as an individual, your own individuality. You know, if you were going to die, you recognize you're dying. Some friends and people that are close to you recognize that you're dying, but the world certainly doesn't stop because you die. And if you ever experience somebody dying close to you, you really do want the world to stop for a little while. Like, they want everybody to pay attention to this loss that you have or what's happening. And those of you who haven't experienced it, good, but when you do, you're going to feel the same way. You know, death is only recognized by you as an individual, really. The way you come into this world is the way you're going to go out of it. So if you look at the meaning of life as a bigger picture, if you look at elements as a bigger picture, we all come from the elements. Everybody comes from elements. Whether it's, you know, fire, every element that makes up fire, everything that makes up water, everything that makes up steel, all started from nothing. So whatever you believe in, whatever God you may believe in, whatever religious organization you may believe in, it always is going to come down to you. The bigger picture is not that life has no meaning. Like, in other words, you do bring meaning to it, but what's the point? I got in one thing on a Chi Lounge about that at the end you just die, or at the end eventually like a stepping on an anthill, the human race gets wiped out, the sun explodes, boom. And this is where consciousness comes into play. Basically, I look at life as living part of that dream. Like, I look at not me being important because it deals with me on my own universe, but as participating within the universe. Like, one of the joys I have is knowing if we go into a mass war, that all of you guys are dying at the same time I am. Right? If the sun explodes in a massive explosion, it takes us, what, 3 light years or whatever it is to reach it, but it reaches us in a nanosecond. It's all relative. The difference that you have, as opposed to the consciousness of the sun, is that you know you're going to die. So you are an active participant with it. To me, I view nature, life, God, or whatever you want to think of, as a living organism. And we're part of that organism. From void, wherever it came from, and you don't want to get into who made God. You just want to get that everything started from nothing. All the elements coming together and imagining itself into existence. Poof! There's no way of escaping that. No matter if there's something over that, it all came from the same source. It all had to come from somewhere. It imagined itself into existence, and you are here. You are part of that imagination. What I believe in personally is the impossible. I believe in the mystery. I don't label it. I don't put it up and say, this is my belief, this is the way I'm going. I'm always going to stay in the center. I don't believe that life, whether the world gets blown up, Whether everybody dies at the same time or I die, it's my universe, and how I connect with it is my connection with the energies that created everything. I'm a part of that. My perceptional reality, my planet, my world, my universe, and how it interacts with other people, how it interacts with energies that I'm not even in touch with. Other galaxies, other universes. I'm part of that living organism. That's how I find balance, me personally. I find that center through not stating that this is where I am. I don't deal with the fears. Mine is instead going towards the mystery. Mine is believing in the impossible. Now, come on. In life, we did believe that eventually that we wanted to fly. We're building planes that will fly. And now with the new physics coming out, eventually we may discover warp drive, time travel. None of it's impossible anymore. Right? They're bringing it into the realms of, like, it can be done. Invisibility can be done. We won't get into that. But all of that stuff now is being rated that this is possible to happen. And we're participating in it. But even more so, as an individual, where do you participate?